Hey, it's Elliot Wilson from Rap Radar, and me and my partner B-Dot Miller. And you know we got the premier website out there, rapradar.com. And now we're about to take over the podcast game. We're gonna sit down with the culture's most important voices, and give you that news and information, that opinion. The only opinion that matters, man, here at Rap Radar. Listen up. Here we go. Yeah, Rap Radar Podcast, Elliot Wilson,
B-Dot.
We're back, B-Dot.
Yes.
Off that hiatus, man.
I don't like that. I don't like the hiatus. I don't like going away for too long.
B-Dot been fighting, man. We didn't book a guest in like how many days now? 8, 10 days or something
been a
like
while.
that. But we had to wait for the right guest, man. That Swizz Beatz, baby. That was hard to top, man.
Swizz, that was a monster for real. No pun
Yo,
intended.
Swizz might have came in and took the crown. Did he come in and take the crown?
It feels like it. I mean, a lot of
Best episode?
the feedback has
Swizzy?
been crazy. I mean, I had a friend text me from college. She talked about quitting her job because of that interview. I'm like, damn, I didn't know Rap Radar Podcast had it like that.
And the Art Basel, the whole thing, we announced it first on our airwaves.
Of course.
And then that's I think it's great. The weekend's over. He did the Art Basel thing. He tore it up. But yeah, and I think that it was the longest one we've done, and I think that Steve got a different type of reaction, like you said.
Yeah, I think those are kind of like the best ones where, Swizz is not necessarily the hottest producer right now, but he has so many stories, so many gems, and so much information that the people just absorb that, and we brought the best out of him.
And we've been pretty consistent, man. 24 episodes, man. It's gonna be the 25th one, man.
Yes.
24-0, man. I feel. You know what I'm saying?
You feeling like Steph Curry? It's a great time to be light-skinned, man.
Undefeated light-skinned guys is ruling the game right now,
We
man.
got a nice light-skinned guy coming today.
Before we get to him, though, we're going to make sure you guys continue to support that Rap Radar Podcast. We had a big meeting with the big wigs up at CBS, man. We want to keep growing with the show, so make sure you go to iTunes, man, when you not only follow and subscribe to the show, but make sure you also rate and review the show, man.
Yes.
And what we're going to do, B-Dot, if they start rating and reviewing the show, what
We're going to talk about their reviews, man. We got a lot. We could have had 5 stars, Elliot, but a lot of people hate you because of your laugh, man.
They take a star off because of my laugh?
You know, it's not the laugh. It's just that it's high pitch. You got to laugh in your stomach instead of,
I never laugh like that. Belly laugh?
Yeah, you just got to laugh, not with your diaphragm, but like in your chest.
Does that cost us a star? Like,
yes.
People don't give us 5 stars. They give
Someone
us 4
said,
stars.
I wanted to hear the worst laugh ever. Elliot Wilson has it. If you like to hear this cackling laugh over and over an hour.
There's a lot of charismatic laughs in rap, man. Jadakiss, Wiz Khalifa. There's a lot of.
But it's Jay-Z. It's piercing though. You just gotta keep it at a nice decibel.
All right, man. I'm gonna try, man. But either way, if you want to criticize the laugh, if you want to talk about which episode's the best, we're getting to the year end. I want to know, like, everyone's top episodes changes every time, man. What are the top 5, top 3 episodes? What's the best episode? I think Lior still did the best numbers.
Really?
We found out, yeah. Lior Cohen.
Swizz is killing them now.
Yeah, Swizz is on the heels. So the L.A. Reid, I think L.A. Reid, Lior, Swizz, those might be the top 3 in terms of like impact.
3-headed monster. Charlamagne, shout out to him. He said he listened twice to Swizz Beatz.
He did?
Yeah.
You don't be telling, put that in the tweets, man. That's what I need, man. Put that in the tweets, my G.
Damn. So.
Say it like you mean it. Tweet it like you mean it, fam.
I like that.
All right, but who we got today, man? This is your man came in super early. Before we introduce him, wait, it's in the listed, but we're not introducing him yet because he came early, right?
Yes.
So I make small talk with him. It's like he's looking all nervous, like, yo, but Dot's coming, right? Is Dot coming? Is that your man like that? That's your man?
I took a liking to Logic, man. This is probably maybe our second or third time meeting each other, but whenever we see each other, it's real. It's humble, it's nice, it's all love.
I think I met him once at some Def Jam show. Really nice kid, but like really good dude. Like reminds me of Big Sean. Like it's funny they're friends. They're both really like genuine dudes, like nice dudes. And I feel like when we doing Rap Radar, I remember people hitting us in the head about Logic, and I feel like me and you both weren't really up on him.
Right.
And I think now we're starting to get to know his music and really connect to him, and it just seems like a real organic, move right now to really sit. And the new album is really successful.
Yeah, I like Logic because it's like he's signed to a major, but he moves like an indie artist.
Yeah, it's Visionary Music Group, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I respect him. He has a hell of a story, and I definitely want to talk to him about it. I have a lot of questions.
Past is crazy.
Guys he started from the bottom for real.
And the new album he did, like I said, you think it's a new change? Because I was saying earlier, like you look at he outsold Jeezy.
Yeah,
it looks like Jeezy's about to outsold Rick Ross. Like it's
a new
artists,
time.
Man, new time. Man.
That's definitely a question that I have for him because it's like I feel like the paradigm is definitely shifting, and I want to know if it's like because of people like him or is it like an anomaly. So I want to dive all into that.
And I think what's interesting him, like I really started watching a lot of his interviews, this stuff. Like I feel like there's a lot
to him. Like there's a lot of layers to him.
Absolutely.
Like it's rare that I see an artist. I'm like, oh, I really need. It's a challenge to kind of get to know this person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a challenge to like connect to their music, to understand what makes them tick. Like I don't get that feeling a lot, as you know from, and you don't get it a lot in terms of hip hop. So I think that's why he's winning. I think that's why he's making noise, man. So he's ready. He's here early. We're excited to talk to him. What's going on? Special announcement from Corson's. Passing notes. Pass it along. What is it? Pass it. We're live. We're doing live.
Okay, it's all good. Leave me a minute before we get to Logic. There we go.
Okay. All right. Get it right.
Okay.
More time. We'll edit all this now. But what do you think of the new album? Oh, he did ask me that I think the new album is how that I like the new album, and I'm like, yo, you're like the fucking rapper cliche. Like your second album is better. You rap better. The beats are better.
I like the first one more. This one is a little bit too Stanley Kubrick for me. We'll talk about it though. Yo, it's super conceptual.
Yeah,
it is.
It's funny because when he tries to explain it, like in every radio interview, it's just mad, like complex. Right. Like it's just like, yo, dog. Like,
but I like the fact that
I just like whoa and shit. Like,
but he's staying true to himself, and I respect that. You know, and I respect the message that he does have on the album.
Yeah,
that's not as complex or whatever. So,
and do you think I also want to talk about race? Because I think a lot of times, you know, he's mixed race like myself,
right,
and he's half black, but I think he's so light that sometimes people put him in a box as a white rapper. And
right.
I wonder, is that good and bad in terms of his success? Like, is the fans perceiving him in a different way, or do they really are fully aware of who he is? And I wonder if that bothers him. You know what I mean? Like, if somebody thought you might be something that you're not completely, because he is half white, obviously, but are they connected to him like I'm a white fan, and I'm looking at you like you're a white MC, like, which is just a part of who he is. He's also mixed, so it's
the case of the tragic mulatto.
The tragic mulattoes, baby. I can relate to that, man. I remember my third grade teacher, Mr. Chosey, was like, "You gonna put the blacks?" I was like, "Black Spanish box." I was like, "I'm black and I'm Spanish. So I only check one box. Should I check other?" She's like, "Yeah, you should check other, and you should write mulatto."
Wow.
I was like, "Wow, that's
shout out to
racist,
the '70s.
That's some racist shit right there." I think I wrote mulatto. Look at Brian Corson's face. He hates it. Is there a lawsuit there, Brian? Call my attorney. Mulatto. All right, Mr. Trozzi. It's mean, woman. Nah, she didn't mean. I don't think she meant it in a bad way, but that speaks to the ignorance of race. Also, I wonder too, like with the album, it's like it's heavy, like sci-fi about like searching for a new world. Like we damage this world. Like how much is that? You know, social commentary on life itself right now.
Right.
Like, we've had a crazy year with police brutality and terrorism and racism and all this shit. Like
he's a cerebral kind of rapper, you know what I mean? And it's bigger than just race and things like that. And if you listen to his music, he has a lot to talk about, man. He covers all bases, and I think that doesn't really get highlighted enough. So I'm interested to talk about him.
We're gonna see, man. All right, so coming up next, man, from Maryland's own, right? Maryland's own, man. Logic.
Yes.
On the Rap Radar Podcast, we're back, baby.
Yeah.
Introducing Play.it, a podcast network like no other. From award-winning news programming and #1 sports brands to entertainment and business leaders, Play.it is delivering storytelling at its best.
We're going to be having conversations with newsmakers and culture shapers.
I will be talking mostly about fashion and how I've been marketing all my life.
Tech, culture, and entrepreneurship.
Everything in the world of sports entertainment and wrestling and beyond. Hear what you've been missing at Play.it.
Hey, it's Ellie Wilson from Rap Radar. And me and my partner, B.Dot Miller, man. The only opinion that matters, man, here at Rap Radar. Yeah, Logic's here.
Have a seat.
Yes.
I just walked in here.
He's like, not that I wasn't already here early and shit. You're wasting my time. Shout out to Logic, man. We stole them from Jimmy Fallon, man.
That's true. That actually happened.
What song are we doing tonight? What they gonna see, man?
I'm gonna do Fade Away tonight.
Oh, it's your favorite.
Yeah.
It's your favorite off the new album.
That is my favorite.
Why is that your favorite?
I don't know. I think I love the beat. I produced it. I produced a lot of.
Pretty good producer.
I'm okay. Thank
Something's
you.
going off. Is that your phone, Elliot? Feels like feedback.
Oh wait, hold up. Is it me?
That's Logic's.
No, it ain't me, dog.
Pimpin'.
All right, cool.
What'd I do?
Go ahead.
But yeah, no. So it's
Fade Away, track 2 on the album.
Yeah, track 2 on the album, and you know, for me, like I don't know. I think it was one of the first songs that I definitely wrote and recorded on the tour bus, and I was on the Under Pressure tour last year. And the whole song is about accepting death and kind of overcoming fears and realizing that no matter what you do, and that, mind you, this is a personal belief, but like no matter what you do or who you are in history, you know, your name eventually will be forgotten. Like whether an asteroid hits the earth or this or that, like we know that there were Mayan cities and all this stuff, incredible civilizations, but like we couldn't tell you what king reigned or this or, you know what I mean? Over time, like you will be forgotten. So no matter what you do to help this earth and other people, before you go, just make sure you do something for yourself.
So how did it make you feel when you made that song? Like, so it's kind of your take on mortality in a sense, I guess?
Yeah, because I had a really bad fear of flying, and it was like really, really bad. And I used to not have a fear of flying. It just kind of hit me one day, and I think it was because I went from having nothing to lose and then having everything to lose. And I looked at the most realistic way of like, if I was going to go out early, how could it happen? And I'm not even trying to talk about it.
No, that's some rock star shit, right?
Yeah, but I was
rock
like,
people,
you know,
stars die in plane crashes.
So, but you let it go, you know, and you realize like you're not in control. You're either going to live for a very, very long time or you're not. And you could literally, it goes, everybody going to die, going to go one day. Maybe it'll happen on a Monday, walk into work and get hit by a Hyundai. So it's like, you never know. Anything could happen.
Right.
And why it's important then to leave your mark, right? I mean, your whole approach and everything you've done musically, like me and B-Dot were talking earlier, it's like, you know, we heard about you and it was hype to get to know you and connect to you, but it took each of us a while to really understand, you know what I mean? Like what brings you different, makes you different, or what you represent in music.
Everything with us, you know, at Visionary Music Group and just the brand of Logic has been like a very slow burn. But I prefer that, you know, because a slow burn is going to burn longer. It's going to last longer, you know? And so there were times when I was younger, like, oh man, so-and-so got this song and now he's popping and this and that. And it's not even like
YouTube
you're mad.
views need to be bigger.
It's like whatever. Or maybe my YouTube views were bigger. Or it's this and that. And it's like, oh, I don't get it.
All I do, right?
Something
like
or
that.
something. Like I don't understand. I don't get it. Blah, blah, whatever the case may be. And then you just realize you got to step back, and it's like, because it's not a matter of like jealousy. It's just like, you know I worked for 11 years before I actually got, you know, any notoriety. So it was like, man, why did it take so long? But then you step back, you got to realize everybody is different. Everybody's come up is different. Every rapper, musician, singer is different. So it's like, look, man, as long as you stay true to yourself, do your best to be a good person, a positive message, shit's gonna work out. Can I cuss?
No, you can do what you want.
Oh, pussy. Pussy hole.
But this is like, I think that's a testament to your grind and like part of the appeal that I have for you. Like you said, you went 5 years without a publicist, right?
Oh,
so,
yeah.
like, what steps did you take to get your music spread and heard?
I think it was the grassroots of word of mouth, and then the fans. So a lot of people be like, "Oh, I'm nothing without my fans." Like, no, like legit. Like I just did this tour, this fan tour for the album. That was the promo that I did, and I literally bought a tour bus and traveled from LA to New York City, stopped in 1,000,001 states and cities, and met fans and played them my album before it even
jumping
came
on
out.
Trampolines and shit.
Jumping on trampolines. That's crazy. You know about that?
Greek grandmas and shit, right?
Yeah, it was great.
But do you feel like you're an exception to the rule when it comes to like success from like an independent artist to like on a mainstream level? Because numbers wise, like the album's doing great, you're packing out shows. Is that like just, you know, think exclusive to you, or do you think any artist could do that, kind of follow that same grind?
Like I said, every artist is different, you know what I mean? Everybody's different, so it's, I don't know. I know I'm the first me. Right. That's what I say. Whenever anybody, you know, try to say anything about anything, I'm just like, I'm me. This is me. So whether it's fans or music or stylistically or anything, like, I'm just me. I just do me. And I think it's because I've fully just accepted who I am, how I look, how I speak, how I act, and like, because everybody's gonna, you know, so many people are gonna hate on what you do or how you this
try to
that.
find the negative first.
So, and it's like, that's fine. Go ahead, you can hate. But for so long, I was like, man, why are they hating? Like, what should I do? This should I do that differently? And it's like, no. Like, you know, if you try to please everybody, like, that's definitely gonna be your downfall.
But how much do you think the perception may have been just because people mistake and think that you may be solely white, even though you're mixed and you're half black? Like, just perception of how you physically look. How do you think that may have shaped the situation of how people viewed you?
Well, I think it's like two ways, you know what I mean? Because some people could say, oh, well, he's only where he is because he's white or looks white or this or that, so that's why fans like him. Well, that's like telling, you know, a young black child that, you know, or telling Michael Jackson that he wouldn't be where he was because all the young black children that thrived from the LeBrons, Kobe's, and looked up to him because of the color of his skin and the fact that he faced adversity, which is something that I think, you know, white rappers face in hip hop. It's kind of weird. It's like almost like reversed at the same time. But I mean, this is this genre. I mean, hell, damn near all this music comes from the black man. At the end of the day, you know what I mean? And I think it's a beautiful thing, and that's something that is in my blood. And I've always told everybody, you know, in my blood is the slave and the master, which is insane.
Wow.
That's
That's
hard.
crazy,
So it's like, for me to even look in the mirror, I have to accept that. I have to be okay with myself. So if somebody else isn't, you know, and I used to years ago wonder, oh, why? How come? Why would you say such like racist things to me, or this or that, or da-da-da? Like, I'd wonder.
And you get it both sides, right?
Yeah,
like,
both sides.
Me too. I'm mixed too. So you hear both things. You're not black enough.
Yeah.
You're not white enough to that certain world.
So imagine, and I mean,
ways.
even like Donald Glover has got it. Like, people saying, "Oh, he's white, he's not black," because of how he speaks. Like, I can't even fathom that. It doesn't even make. That's like trying to say that somebody from New York with an accent from Brooklyn is ignorant because they have an accent. That's like the stupidest thing I've ever heard. You know what I mean? So, but when it comes to perception and skin color and this and all this other stuff, like, I put it past me. Once you're happy with yourself, you look in the mirror and you know who you are and you're happy with that, nothing else that anybody says matters.
That's what you said. This is your I Don't Give a Fuck album.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, man. This is
the
it.
incredible true story about how I don't give a fuck anymore what you think.
Fuck, yeah.
But obviously the fans don't care because you just recently announced a tour.
Yeah.
You're on 50 dates.
Yeah, 50 plus.
They're all sold out, right? It's over already, right?
So many, a lot of them are sold out.
This is the first world tour?
No, we did do a world tour for Under Pressure, but this is the biggest tour I've ever done. I mean, especially on you know, like Terminal 5 sold out in less than an hour.
That's crazy.
I was like, well, goddamn, like I couldn't believe it. Palladium in LA, you know what I mean? Chicago, like all these, you know, Chicago, we're doing 5,000 plus. It's insane to think that, you know. I remember coming up at SOBs, you know, and like, wow, doing that. Everybody's done that, you know, even Ye, you know. So it's like, wow, and now to know that, like, I've gone from, you know, 400 to 1,000 to 5,000. I'm gonna keep going and doing my best.
Well, what do you think it is that makes that connection to your fans? Like, even Pusha T, I remember hit you on Trippy. He's like, hey, bro, how do you make these kids line up for hours screaming and waiting for you? Like, you didn't answer him, but like, what do you think it is? Like, what do they connect? Is it your honesty?
My fans connect to what the OGs connect to as well. So people from Pusha to Big Daddy Kane, Nas, The Roots, Exhibit, Royce the 5'9", like everybody that I have met, you know what I'm saying, like that are in this game and legends. Respect it because they know it's honest. It comes from a pure place in my heart. I respect, study, know the culture. I'm a student of not only hip hop but all music. So I think the reason my fans mess with me is the same reason that the founding fathers of this genre mess with me, because they know the message is peace, love, positivity, and that I'm just doing my best to try to make this world a better place while rapping my ass off.
Speaking of the founders, like, how does it? When you first met Nas, what lyrics was he spitting to you?
He was spitting, it's really funny because I got this song called Numbers that I did. It's so old, man, like super old. And it's like some like melodic type stuff. And I was talking about popping $100,000 wine, which like is a rapper flex that doesn't even exist. Right. I was like so broke when I wrote that line. And he was like, yeah. And I saw it because he like summoned me. So like this like building top in New York. He was shooting some ESPN thing. And it was insane. But anyway, so I go there and he's got like all this like champagne and wine and all this stuff. I was like, damn, look at all this wine. He was like, yeah, but I don't got that $100,000 wine like you.
Wow.
And I was like, damn. Wow. I was like, not only did Nas like listen to my stuff, but he
obscure joint.
But he had quoted like one of the more kind of like poppy melodic joints, and that also opened my mind up too for these OGs that respect it. As long as the message is there and you're yourself, it doesn't matter how it sounds.
And like the other OG, like Big Daddy Kane, say he's inspired to write because of you.
That's
like,
weird, man. That's so weird, bro.
Look at the smile.
Crazy.
Your smile's crazy.
But that's true. That's honest. Like Big Daddy Kane, are you kidding me? Like, you know, the BIGDADDYKANE. Like this dude is so ill. For him to say that about me, it just makes it shows me that I'm doing the right thing. You know what I mean? I'm doing the right thing. Just keep doing what I've been doing and stay focused. But it makes me feel like I'd listen to this dude. I would skip class and go smoke joints in high school and listen to this guy.
So you think it's important? Like, you know, Vince Staples made a statement. You know, obviously he was taken out of context about, you know, we tend to glorify the 90s a lot in hip hop, and it was a great era, but like, should we appreciate these times? But do you think it's important for a new generation leaders like yourself to have those cosigns from legends of the past?
I don't necessarily know if it's about cosigns. I just look at that as like the cherry on top. You know, the fact that people, you got to understand, you know, I never had a father that was there. All these gentlemen that I name in many ways were my father. All their words that I heard, I was raised by these people on these records. And, you know, they was definitely shitting on some hoes, but at the same time, they was really running the game.
Ain't easy, right? Be dedicated.
But you know, so like I love Vince. I think Vince is incredible. He's a really good dude.
Yep.
You know what I mean? We're very similar, just the way we think, and we're extremely open-minded. Every time we see each other, it's always awesome. And I get where he's coming from, where it's like, so many people, it's just always like, oh, this so-and-so from this era, in the 90s, like, he ain't as good as this or as that or this. But it's like, we are in a new era.
Yeah. Right.
100% we're in a new era. I have this line on the album, in City of Stars, where I say, fuck all these cats on the internet. I love hip-hop and I hate hip-hop because people that love Pac hope that Drake gets shot because he raps about money and bitches. For heaven's sakes, Pac did the same shit just on a drum break. And when I say that, that's not to discredit what Tupac stood for. I mean, he literally changed hip-hop. He helped change this world. It's not like everything he was talking about, I got my bitch and I'm selling this and I'm doing that. No. I mean, he's got So Keep Your Head Up and, you know, songs about his mother and single women and like, so don't get it twisted. But at the same time, you know, Drake comes with heartfelt shit like Too Much and so many more records. But it's like, just because Drake might have a different vibe or a sound, let's not pretend like Tupac didn't touch on a lot of the same club happy going aspects, you know what I'm saying, that Drake's doing currently. So that's a
Do you think it's a battle of the industry and the people? Because also saying, you look at you like you outsold Jeezy, right? It looks like Jeezy's gonna outsell Ross. So it's like the newer artists that are different styles are now outselling the veterans that we respect and stuff like that. So is there a shift going on that the audience is connected to and maybe the critics and the industry doesn't want to embrace yet?
Wow. Yeah, I think so. But that's not to discredit people like Jeezy. I mean, Jeezy is a fucking, like, he's a god of this, you know, which is
Hall of Fame, man.
Yeah, for sure. So like, I think it's just times are changing. Look at you know, Big Daddy and all these people. Like Big Daddy Kane is killing. He's literally, I just got off the phone with him the other day. He's like, he was at the airport. He was like, "What's up, youngin?" And he's like going to London and he's touring over there and he tours
making that money,
and he makes his money. This, that, and it's like, yo, he might not have a #1 song or a number this or number that. Yeah, but he still has his fans. He still has this, and it's the same thing with, you know, Jeezy and so many of these incredible people who are still selling good records, mind you. Right. But it's like, you know, the younger audience is kind of coming up, and it's just that's we'll be sitting here one day, and I'll be in his shoes. Right. You know, I mean, hopefully it'll be like 15 years, but like, but you know what I mean? No, but not in a bad way. Like I'm in his shoes. But I'm saying I'll be the OG. Right. That's like, okay, youngin, do your thing. You know?
One other OG I want to talk to you about is Rick Rubin. Where you going to have meetings at his house? What's that about?
How do you know about that?
I do my homework now.
Flex. Yo.
So that's Rap Radar podcast, man.
Out here
yeah,
flexing.
That's so tight, man. So me and Rick. So Under Pressure, my first album came out, and Rick heard it and hit No ID and was like, "Yo, can you connect me with Logic?" And so Rick and me and him were just emailing back and forth for like a year. We were like, "Yo, when are you in town? Come here." And I'm like, "Oh, I'm not here till then," and this and that. So we were always dodging each other.
Connect. Yeah.
And there was a point where we were both in Hawaii at the same time. I went to Hawaii, to finish my album, and he was in Hawaii, but I was in Maui, and he was in Kauai. So it's like we were in the same place, but not in the same place still. And then eventually, he summoned me to the cave, to his mansion in Malibu. And it was crazy. And I get there, and there's like all this crazy hippie music going on. Like I feel like I should drop acid or something. And it's like there's like this outside. It's like this all Japanese looking little garden kind. I was like, this is crazy. Like. Yeah, he had me like take my shoes off and shit. I was like, what's going on? I swear to God. But he was like so, he was amazing. His aura was incredible. He's so healthy. It's really weird.
Yeah,
like the way he lives
glows,
his life.
right? Got that healthy
everything.
glow type.
And he listened to my entire album, and you know, he enjoyed it, and he really listened though. A lot of people would just be like, "Oh, what's up, dog?" or this or that, or listen or whatever, just to say they did it. But he actually took the time to listen to lyrics and beats and the changes. It was really special.
Wow. Yeah. And this album, I mean, you say you put $400,000 into the last one. How much you put into this album?
Oh man, I put in like Nothing, because it was so easy this time. Because
Really?
I had my SM7 microphone that I bought from the last one. I had an Apollo and a Mac, and did that. I mean, don't get me wrong, Def Jam picked up the bill on all the instrumentation and the musicians. And
Bartles,
the
what up?
Yeah, real talk. But this time, I didn't really have to come out of pocket for anything. It was great. It was really awesome.
Wow.
Talk about the challenge of your approach with it, like to upgrade your sound, to make an intricate conceptual album.
Yeah, for sure.
Like why? It's like you said, let me try to do this just really hard. Let's
It's with me, there's a lot of I'm not the first artist to do a song about space. I mean, an album about space or a concept album or this or that. There's a lot of sounds I mess with. I'm not the first artist to ever do that, but I'm me. There's no artist that has ever made these songs or this concept or this like me. This is my story, my flows, my sounds, all these different things. So I don't know. I was just so inspired to just be myself, and I get flack or whatever the case may be for how I speak or how I talk or the things that I'm interested in or what I do. And like I said, I've come from a place of, murderers and guns and drugs and all these things in my household. And I was like, I'm not about to be about that life. Right. I think it's extremely just fucking stupid for someone to promote such violence and act as though, that's who they are, but then they're fronting about it. Right. I would rather be upfront and be like, no, I came from that life and I experienced it and saw it, but this is who I am. And because of that, I decided to do a fucking album about anime and sci-fi and space, the most nerd shit ever, and the shit sold 135,000 in the first week and sold more than so many of these other rappers. And that's not no diss. That's literally just going, I didn't try to go to radio, I didn't try to do this, I said fuck all of that, fuck everybody, fuck the industry, fuck what's hip-hop and not hip-hop and this and this. I'm just gonna be myself and I'm gonna give you this message, and it won, and the shit's crazy.
How do you do fuck everybody from a positive place and not a negative place, right?
Because it's fuck everybody, fuck any and everybody who is negative. That it's that simple. Fuck you if you are negative, which might seem like a negative thing, and I can almost
negative, but it works.
But but the shit works for me. You know what I mean? But it's not like, yo, fuck you, want me to eat your family? It's not like that. It's just legitimate. It's just I will not allow any cancerous type of person in my life, no one to spread infection or tear me down or try to put me up, but they're secretly just wanting things from me. I keep my circle extremely small. I wish the best for everyone, and I just do me, and that's it.
You seen that clip beat out that he did?
He don't fuck with nobody.
Yeah, don't fuck with nobody. That's platinum in the internet.
That shit's got 50 million Vine loops. That thing is crazy.
So explain that. Explain what you said there.
I saw Macklemore the other day. I did Cali Christmas in LA. He was like, hey man, I really like what you said about not fucking with anybody. He was like, everybody feels that way, but you actually said it.
It's the way your face is and the way you go into it. It's just comedy. Because the guy that asked the question didn't think he was really asking you some deep question. He kind of just and you just made it you just zoned in. So,
I think that was just inspired by wanting to be accepted so long by maybe the industry or certain cool cats or whatever the case may be.
Like us.
Yeah, but no, real talk, and being overshadowed for so long and being like, man. But that's what I'm saying. Everybody's path is different. It's different. So I'm just like, fuck everybody.
You don't need other people's validation.
Exactly. You only need your own. It's when, like I said, when you can look in the mirror and be happy with the man that you see. What else matters?
So it's weird that's been what's connected. That's what fame has brought you to a certain extent, or success, right? That's what's unique about it. Some people say, well, if you get successful and you get famous, then it could mess up your life or take you another way. It seems like it's almost strengthened you in a sense.
I think money and fame just really shines a light on who a person truly is deep down. That's it. You know what I mean? I made a couple $1 million, and I got some fans and I've sold some records, but I don't walk around what's the point of that? Why would I treat anybody with any less respect than I would of my garbage man or the president of the United States? That's real, and I've said that. That's just I can't fucking comprehend that. Right. Just because I rap, that doesn't make me a better person, or if I have more money or less money. Yo, there's motherfuckers out in Saudi Arabia and Dubai and shit shitting $1 billion gold bricks right now. You know what I mean? The rap money ain't nothing compared to that shit. And, and it's so I don't know. I just look at it we're all people, all equal. From race, color, creed, religion, sexual orientation. I just respect and love everybody, and I think that's another reason why the fans really can appreciate it. you just got to be a real evil motherfucker to just hate me. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's not even, I'm not even trying to say anything like, you don't like my music? Fine. You don't like it. You could talk about it. You could whatever, whatever. But at the end of the day, like, I do my best to, and I'm mortal. I'm human.
Right.
So it's, I don't walk around acting like I'm perfect because, like, I still smoke cigarettes. It sucks. And people are like, why are you smoking cigarettes? Because I'm fucking normal.
Right.
At least I'm not shooting heroin and doing this. And at least I'm not trying to hide it. That's another thing. Where I'm doing something that's negative. Yeah, I'm honest. I'm like, yo, this is me. It is what it is. You know?
I
I'm sorry.
I just want to be honest with you. Like, I like Under Pressure more than this network album. No offense.
No, it's fine. Everybody has their favorites.
Right. But there's certain records on here that really stood out to me, like Intermission. Like, you talk about your friend who's like doing time in jail and things like that. Does that kind of things inspire you? Like, why did you feel compelled to talk about that? And
it's really weird. You know what's funny? It's crazy that you just said everything that you just said. So I think with an artist, they grow, right? So like my favorite Kanye album is Graduation, just a personal favorite. I fucking love Twisted Fantasy. I grew to truly appreciate 808s. You know, I love Late Registrations, but still at the end of the day, Graduation is my favorite. And I think it's because it holds an accord to me. When I heard that for the first time, where I was, what it is. And that's why there's some fans out there who will say my mixtapes are better than my albums or this or that. We're talking
Sinatra.
But it's like if we're talking quality, it's very evident about the production.
Right.
So when going into songs like that, I was like, what does this album need that fans who appreciate what I've always been about, which is the first album, the storytelling, the what could I give them? And Intermission was the last one that was extremely important to add. So I added that and I talked about it, not to really discuss the past per se, but to kind of reflect on where I was, or not even me, but you know, one of my best friends at the time, where they were when they got locked up, as opposed to where I am now and since I've been free. Just to kind of give introspect on what it can be like if you were away from all of this. Like, I can't even think, like, what was popping 5 years ago? Drake was just on the scene, right?
Yeah.
Wayne was at the height of his career. It was Ye, like, it was crazy.
Somebody was telling me that somebody in their family came home from jail. They was in jail since 1971. They just got out. Wow. So like they're walking around and everyone's on their mobile and everyone's got a It's like you think you're like being like spied on. Like,
wow.
The world doesn't even function. Like you said, the power of having a phone. You always talk about that. And how you could connect to the world. Like, we weren't doing that in the 70s and the 80s and very little in the 90s. So it's like, it's amazing to think that was a whole world that you had.
It's like when Boozy was like, what's a selfie? When he got out of jail. That was crazy. Yeah, it's like, wow. Could you imagine?
But your friend, that specific friend that you're referring to, you still keep in contact with. He's going to watch you tonight.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, yeah, Fallon
that's crazy.
and
I talk about that.
Yeah,
I do my best, you know, and he's doing his best and he's working through it, and you know, he's a good dude, and it's not even necessarily about him as well, because I never want to take any hardships or anything from anybody else and try to monetarily gain on it. It's just literally me kind of telling a story, and you know, he's a really good person. He's actually the guy who told me to rap, because I was always like kind of rapping, but I was like I kind of picked up a guitar and was looking into different kind of points in music when I was like 14, and he was like, look man, you're so good at rap, you should just rap with me. Right. And then we were rapping for a while, and then, you know, kind of separated, and then things happened with him, unfortunately.
Another person that, you know, that's rapping with you is like Lenny.
Oh, Big Lembo, dog.
Like on Young Jesus, I love that record. It's a real standout record.
Thank you.
Like, did he always rap, or was it like just something that...
Ever since I met Lenny, he was always into music, but I think he lacked a lot of self-confidence, you know what I'm saying? I think he just never saw himself as being able to do it, which I think a lot of people do. Like, a lot of people go, I don't know if I could ever be able to do this in life, or paint, or draw, or write, or this or that. And so I was just there to be like, look, motherfucker, like, I got his ass motivated. Like, he's, you know, working with like this nutritionalist. He's already lost 100 pounds. Wow. Like, he's like really like flipped his life upside down. And I'm like, work. And he's gonna put out a project and everything.
And for people that don't know, Lenny's the guy that took you in.
Yes.
During that transitional period before you got on, and like you stayed in his basement for like a year.
Yeah, a year.
Like, what did you have to convince him to let you do that? Because people just don't bring people into their house to stay, and like, you know what I mean? If someone came to me and said, "Yo, B, I'm rapping, can I stay with you?" I'd be like, "Fuck you, no." You know,
you're mean, B.
I think it was just divine intervention. You know, I'd met him at the right time, and before I knew it, like, I was living with him, and I was kind of supposed to get a job at first, and then he really understood, and we just kind of came to this agreement, like, you know, you're gonna be here for a year, I'm gonna put, you know, food in your stomach and clothes on your back. And that year was almost up, and I signed a Def Jam and told him to quit his job at 12 years, and we moved to LA, and we've been working together ever since.
Wow. Just like that.
He put his money on the long shots.
Yeah. So even during this time, were you still working at Joe's Crab Shack? Or?
Oh yeah. Well, actually I had quit Well, I kind of got fired, but not really. It was weird. It was it was retarded. But like I walked away from it and was like, look.
Crab Shack controversy.
Crab Shack. Yeah, so I was like, I just kind of quit, and it was like, that's why, because I didn't have a job when I moved in with Lenny. And he was like, oh, yeah, you should get a job. And I was like, yeah, I should get a job. And then I kept making music, and it seemed like every week something new was happening, or something incredible, or you know, so and so was following me, or somebody wanted to give me a beat, and it was just like, wow, let's focus on this. And then that's how it happened. That's
crazy. And then like another person that's kind of been in involvement is Mary Jo,
Mary
stepmother.
Jo. Yeah. Or my godmother.
Oh, your godmother. Excuse me.
No, okay.
Talk about her and how her role in your career and everything moving up for you, like.
Mary Jo is the mother of my friend that I talk about in Intermission, which is cool. I don't think I've ever explained that. And she was just extremely kind, you know. And she always had boys in her house. You know, her husband works for the government, and he builds like satellites and different things like that. And he's awesome. And she was just always there for me. She was always extremely kind, and you know, she put me to work and make me do chores in the house and keep a job. And you know, back when I was recording in their attic, which is insane to think about. Yeah, when I was like 18.
Wow.
17, 18.
So you left her crib. So you went.
I was with my mother, and then she had a psychotic breakdown, and I went to stay with Mary Jo for a few weeks, and then I moved in with my father. Things didn't work out with my father because he was already receiving assisted, you know, more money from having me from the government because I was still a juvenile at the time. Yeah. And then he told me at 17 that I then, on top of the, you know, a few $100 extra that he was getting a month, including food stamps, that I needed to pay rent. And I was like, that's bullshit. And he's like, no, if you want to stay in my house. Well, I was like, fuck it. Why would I pay you rent and have to live by your rules when I could just go live somewhere else and pay them rent? So I went to Mary Jo's. I went back to Jo's and was like, I'm going to pay rent, da-da-da. So I lived there for about a year. And this is really stupid. I went to go move in with my sister. And I don't know why I did this. I mean, I guess I just missed her. You know, I love her and her children and all this. So I went to go move in with her, lived in the basement. Some crazy stuff was going on there. You know, drugs and dealing with different stuff, getting cooked up in the house, and couldn't take that. And then she kicked me out, said I had to go. I think it was about a week before Christmas. So then I was homeless and didn't have a place to stay. And Jo actually let me back for the last time, and we had a deal. She was like, you're going to stay here until this allotted time, and then, you know, you have to go on your own. This is your last, you know, hurrah with us. And then when that time was up, I didn't have anywhere to go. Lenny took me in, and then, you know, the story from there.
During these times, did you ever like give up or just think that, yo, it's not gonna work? Because that's a lot of bouncing around, man.
I think I'd be lying if I told you I never thought it wouldn't work. You know, like, oh, I don't know. Sure, of course I had self-doubt. I still do. You know, everybody does. But with me, it was more so just kind of accepting the fact that, like, if it didn't work, I was either going to be dead or in jail. So I had to make it work. Yeah. That's it.
Why was it important, like, when you first started doing press and came out there to share all these painful truths and put the family business and things you went through out there?
I think it gave good insight and a good introduction into who I am. You know what I'm saying? And maybe some people enjoy that, like B Dot. You know what I mean? Like it was a good, like, this is me, this is my story, this is where I come from. And I thought, what better way to introduce myself? Because like a lot of my fans may have known that from like the mixtapes,
signs of it. Yeah,
exactly, little sides of it, but never like this, never this huge picture. You know, and like that's what that whole album was about. It was about introducing myself, explaining my hardships, and then this album is just about letting people know, do what you love. Like whatever, that's literally the whole thing about this album, is just do what you love in life, fuck everybody else, have a good time. You know what I mean? So it's, I don't know, it's weird.
But do you ever feel any kind of way of airing so much dirty laundry out on wax? Or is it like therapeutic for you?
I think it's therapeutic because, like I said, I would never do anything for any monetary gain of anybody else's business. You know, like there was a time where my father was upset, but I was like, oh, you're upset because I'm talking about how you smoked crack in front of me, or you cheated on my mother, or you weren't there, or you never paid child support, or like all this other stuff. Shouldn't I be mad that you never did that shit? And you're trying to tell me that I can't write it? And I remember going to him one day and kind of saying like, okay, let's talk about this for a second. You're angry because I am, you know, in a therapeutic manner, writing down and expressing my feelings on these past situations rather than following the chain of events to, in fact, smoke crack myself to try to escape and deal with the things that happened in my adolescence. And he ain't have shit to say.
You're a smart guy. That's why that was. Really
but I mean, yeah, but it's like, but that's it is what
No,
it
it's
is.
true, yeah.
So like when I talk about my sisters or my mother, then but it's never from malice, and it's always like right
But
now.
it's
like,
so harsh to talk about like assault and rape.
Oh,
and
yeah.
these
It
are
is.
powerful statements and words. So,
But I feel like these words can save lives. I know these words have saved lives, and that's another thing. When I went on this fan tour, people were like, "Your music speaks for itself. Like you can rap, you can make good music." And the reason you say, "Why do you have these fans?" is because they say the message is the biggest, most important part to them. And whether it's, expressing all the things I went through as a child on my first album, or talking about where I am on this album and giving them the message of going out and doing what they love, I realized that all the politics, all the bullshit, none of that matters. It's just about the message. So sure, even for myself it was difficult. Because imagine doing an entire album, okay, under pressure, about a fucked up situation. So like my life is incredible. I signed a record deal. I got money. My friends are around me. I don't have a worry in the world.
You finally
in a
turned
sense.
this corner.
Yeah, everything is great. And yet I got to take steps and double back to talk about the most fucked up shit I ever went through. I didn't want to talk about that shit, but I had to for the listener, for their sake, not only for the introduction.
But it's in you too. You had to get it out.
Yeah, I had to get it out. But it's more so I did it for them than me. I had to say this, so people would know that they're not alone.
But I know your father wasn't around like that. He did like 14 years in jail for like attempted murder.
No. That's the guy. That's my friend. My dad, he did do stints in and out of jail.
Right.
I mean, he sold drugs. He did drugs. I was in a car with, I remember I was 15 and we went on a run with this chick that he was, pimping at the time. So it's crazy. I never talked about that. I should write a song about that. That's flex. That's crazy. But it was kind of fucked up because I was like 15 and he takes this woman, to go do her thing, and then she gets back in the car and gives him money. And I remember kind of being like, wow, that's so cool. But I was like, no, it's not. Like, are you kidding me? That's so fucked up what you just did. But that's another thing. Like, at the end of the day, everybody makes mistakes, and everybody, it is what it is.
So how are the relationships now? Like, because putting all that out there, making this record that's then acclaimed, and obviously you do have money now. Now you just got married, you're building your family. So how do you balance those two things out and not let any negativity of the past define you now?
I say everybody who's in my life day to day deserves to be in my life day to day. You know what I mean? Every now and again, I talk to my family members, and it is what it is, but. They know my heart. They know the situation. They know, and nobody knows more like family. Like if we were sitting here talking about family, we need like 8 podcasts to get through it all. You know what I mean? To talk about it. So it's like there's ups and downs. There's rough patches, but we all love each other. But right now I am focused on my family.
But like we just had Thanksgiving, Christmas is coming. Like,
I've been spending it with my my wife's side of the family, and it's been great.
The in-law game is strong.
Yo, the in-law game is strong, dog. She's got like good, strong
Mexican and white.
Yeah,
right?
Mexican and white. Damn. Okay,
right.
That's crazy.
They speak in Spanish. You got that down?
Yeah, well, slight. Like she doesn't speak Spanish, which is so funny because I'm like, how do you not speak Spanish? But all her people speak. But her brother don't speak Spanish either. Yeah. They're slight whitewash.
I want to know is like. On Feel Good, you said like you asked your ex to marry you.
Yeah.
Is this what made it different this time around?
Well, I was 19 and stupid.
Oh.
And I had like never, I never truly had a love like that before because I grew up in such a fucked up household. So I never understand just love from a completely pure place. Not because they had to, because they're your mom or dad or this or whatever the case may be. So, but yeah, that's just a dumbass kid. I'm super glad that didn't happen. and that's no shade on the chick too. She was awesome, but I was like 19 and fucking broke.
But you kind of knew right away with this girl, right?
This was totally different because I've been with my fair share of women, and I was never the dude like that would just sleep with random hoes and all that type of stuff just because I always needed some type of connection with someone, you know what I mean, to be with them sexually. And I didn't necessarily need to be in a relationship with them, but I needed to like know them, not only know that they're clean and cool, and I'm not because I ain't trying to get burnt, but at the same time it's like I don't want to use somebody. I'm just going to use you for
a real
body.
connection.
Yeah, even if we're just fucking homies and hanging out or whatever. So I had been, I'd had my fair share of women and been in some serious relationships, and that was all to ready me for the woman that I'm with now. So when we were together, I knew, it was like, she wasn't materialistic. She didn't know shit about hip hop. Had no idea who the hell I was when we met. You know what I mean? It was really incredible. Went through a world tour, 2 other tours, a press run, and the release of an album. And I was like, this is it. And I asked her to marry me.
So how is marriage strengthening the relationship now?
It's the same shit. I think anybody it's obviously it's a commitment and it's incredible, but it's like, yo, it's like you put whatever it means to you is what it is. Because some people will be like, oh, why'd you get married so young, or why'd you this, or why'd you that? And it's like, no, it's not that I got married young. I just got married when I was ready, not when society told me I was ready, or this or that, or wait till you're 30, or get your master's first, and you got to do this before you can have kids. Man, fuck all that shit. I'm gonna do what makes me happy.
So what you doing with all those Bobby Soxes, man? Pass them this way.
Yo, you can have them, dog.
You know about the Bobby Soxes?
That's the lady fan base. The ladies that love Logic.
You can have them joints, dog. It's all good. Nah, I'm just kidding. Nah, I'm fucking shit.
But you did get drunk. You said at the wedding.
I got fucked.
Now what did you drink?
What did you drink? I drank Jameson, some whiskey.
It's this guy. It's his fault right here. What's this guy's name?
DJ Rhetoric.
DJ Rhetoric. It's your fault. You got drunk?
No, it's not. It's not.
He was like shot.
Spirit for the wedding.
Yeah. Because he used to.
I was completely. So I used to drink, and I quit like 8 months ago.
Yep.
And I gave him my spirit at the wedding. So he was drunk, and I'm going up to get the speech, and I'm completely sober. He's like, it's kind of crazy. I'm drunk and you're sober, right?
Yeah, it was insane. But it was great. It was awesome. And I think a reason why I don't drink is just because of, it's in my blood. Just like drugs are in my blood and this and that. And that's why I am glad at the end of the day that smoking is my only vice. And it's something that I want to get rid of as well. But it was turned up. It was awesome.
Yeah, did you have a great ceremony?
It was perfect. Lenny married us, Big Lembo.
Wow.
Yeah, he got officiated, and like he's the church of Lenny now.
Wow.
Which is insane, yeah. So Big Lembo married us, and it was a great reception and really awesome, and we had fun, and we was dancing and having a good time, and it was just, man, it was the best day of my life.
Did any of your immediate your biological family members, like, I know were they invited, or they just didn't want to come?
I mean, there was conversations, but it's like, just this is gonna sound fucked up, but it's like, what am I supposed to do? Pay for my family to come to my wedding? I already got to pay for this fucking wedding.
Right.
Am I supposed to pay for all these plane tickets and this and this? Fuck all that shit. I'm not nobody's daddy, Right. You're my daddy or my mom or my older brother or older sister. I ain't taking care of nobody, man. You know what I mean?
Except the happy wife. Where's the tat? Let me see.
Oh yeah, happy wife.
There we go. Look at that beat out. One day that'll be you, baby.
No, it's not. What about Debbie? What's your relationship with Debbie?
Debbie's my stepmom. Yeah. Debbie. I talk to Debbie, every couple of months. She's really awesome. Her and my dad, they split. They haven't been together for a while. And she used to use as well. And as far as I know, she's been clean and doing really well. And she was just always so kind and extremely sweet to me. And she was just an amazing woman. She was definitely a bright side of things back then.
Is it true that you found out they split on the voicemails?
Yeah, dog. That's real. Wow. On Under Pressure. He's talking about the last song.
Yeah, no, I remember.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Damn.
Did you hang up on him, like the song?
No. I did. But I guess that was like almost like a representation of like, I'm keep getting all these fucking same phone calls. Like, all right, fuck it.
But did they know that you were going to use it, or did they find out when the album came out like this?
I told my dad.
Oh, okay.
I did tell him. I would never, I'm not a sneaky person. Like everything I do, like I'm very open and honest about, like whether it is from my artistry to my personal life, I'm very just open. Like, here, this is me,
right.
So I explained that to him, and he understood. He signed off on it. He signed the paperwork.
What about your brother? Well, he had to sign off too,
he had to sign off too. He was cool too. I called him. I was like, are you okay with this? And blah, blah, blah. And he was like, yeah. But I mean, even when I did the song Gang Related, because on the first half of Gang Related from Under Pressure, I'm rapping from the perspective of my brother.
Right.
Second verse, excuse me.
Yes.
I'm rapping from the perspective of my brother. And after I wrote the verse, I felt so strongly about it because there was a lot, like I actually called him first and was like, I want to do this. I told him the whole idea, and he was like, all right, here's a whole bunch of shit you don't know about. And he told me a bunch of stuff, and there was a lot of it I couldn't use just merely for incrimination. Wow. I didn't want to. So I was like, okay, damn, I'm going to do my best to paint this picture. And then after it was done, I gave it to him and made sure he signed off and he was okay with it. If he wasn't, I'd have had to scrap the verse, because that's how, I'm big on integrity and making sure others are okay, and understand.
I know you say you haven't talked to your mom in 5 years. Like,
almost 6.
6 now? Oh,
yeah.
Still?
Yeah, crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
I thought it was some ironic shit that you go by Young Sinatra, and she taught you, she made you watch these young Frank Sinatra movies that are black and white. And
he just turned 100 too. Did you see that?
Oh, Frank Sinatra?
Yeah. They had a celebration. Frank would have been 100.
Yeah. And it's kind of ironic that, you know, from those hardships became this brand just from you being forced to watch Frank Sinatra.
Yeah, that's so weird.
Black and white movies.
Because when I first came up with the whole kind of concept, because I was like, what's the alter ego? And, you know, I saw everybody like, you know, Jay-Z, Hove, Eminem, Slim Shady, and then even the things like people represent. Mac Miller had Most Dope.
Right.
Wiz had Taylor Gang. Like, I was like, man, I wish I could have something. I would try different things. It just wouldn't work. And then one day it hit me like Rat Pack. You know, RATT, you know, Real All the Time, which is an acronym that was inspired by good music, getting out our dreams.
Right.
And then the whole Young Sinatra thing, it just kind of, I just kind of said it in a rap one day and then titled one of the songs Young Sinatra, and then it just kind of was born. And it's incredible. And that's another thing, man. You got to understand, I really do love my family, and there's so many incredible moments that I've had with my mother, and she battled depression, bipolar disorder, you know, all these insane things. And the same with my father. Like, you know, sure, me and my father, you know, we never went fishing or played catch or any of that shit. You know, but we've had some good times together, and I appreciate those times. And it's same with my brothers, and you know, I've had that, and these are incredible people that I love. But they taught me some very valuable lessons about life, and I'm blessed to know that. So now with my new family and all that, I'm gonna take what I've learned and try to break that cycle.
I like those Young Sinatra mixtapes, man.
Thanks, Doc.
No, he's better too. I like the second album, man. I disagree with you.
No, I'm talking about the mixtapes though. The mixtape, the Young Sinatra series.
But I think he's getting better though.
Oh, he is. But like songs like Relaxation Joint, Just a Man.
Oh, Just a Man.
That beat is crazy, man.
That 6, dog. Yeah, it's like I said, everybody has their that's why I don't give a shit. I'm like, look, man.
Well, how does that affect people's perception of this album? You think you think that you went out of your way to show that you could do a different sound?
No, that's with this. I wouldn't necessarily say I went out of my way. I would just say I went out of my way to be myself more than ever, and just be like, yo, this is me from the concept, and this I'm gonna do some weird shit, and I'm about to be singing on some 808s, totally different. Like, you know, I'm about to do it. But that's the thing. Like I said, like his favorite song could be your least favorite song, and your least favorite song could be his favorite song. Right. Yeah. So it's like when you release anything, of course you're gonna get criticism. Yo, this song's like Fade Away. Some people, you know, could say, oh, Fade Away's weak, blah blah blah. But it must not be that weak if I'm about to do it on Fallon tonight in front of 9 million people. But you know what I'm saying? But it's like, but that's not to even discredit. That's why it's the same shit. Like with race and religion and this and politics and sports, especially. It's like with music, there's really no right or wrong, right? It's everybody's own perception. That's why I just try to stay out of shit.
Is there going to be a film component to this project?
I know why you're asking that, because when I did it on the trailer, I explained how it was a motion picture sci-fi epic. It is itself a motion picture. Like I wrote
audio cinematic experience.
Audio cinematic experience, dog. I'm so glad you said that, bro. Shit, I'm so glad I coined that phrase. And that's like,
have you copyrighted that?
I know.
People, are they still suing you for your name?
No, things are good. I'm not gonna talk about that.
Okay,
everything is great.
That's the last time Logic's been angry.
Yeah, life is good. I'll say that. Shit is good.
Have you met Quentin Tarantino yet?
I haven't, bro.
What the fuck?
That guy's ducking.
We gotta make that happen.
I want to meet Quentin. Yo, you want to hear a story?
Of course.
All right, dude. So check this out. So I directed this song called Young Jesus. It was a music video, and on the set there's this guy. Oh, he's slipping my head right now, but he told me, and my boy Nick, who's my DP, he works on all my stuff, and he was like, look, I went to this thing and I met Quentin Tarantino. So he was like, it was like this random call to go see a movie and like rate it before it comes out, and it was Hateful Eight, and he didn't know what it was going to be, and Tarantino was there, watched the film with everybody, and then did a Q&A after. And then my boy Nick hit me, and it was like just before I was doing this press run, and I was doing 1,000,001 things. I was so exhausted. He was like, yo, our boy hit us and said he got a call to do another one of those things, but they're not saying that it is, and there's a high chance Tarantino's going to be there. Do you want to go? And I was so tired. I was like, well, it ain't guaranteed he's going to be there, so I'm straight. I just can't do it. And he was there.
Oh, dude, that was going to happen.
He was there, bro.
Wow. One of your strengths, though, is like your videos, like Young Jesus is dope. The Under Pressure video. How the fuck did you shoot that video? Like,
that was crazy. We did it on GoPro. And in retrospect, I'd have done some things differently with that video, but I don't know. I just wanted to do something really fun, you know, and really cool. I saw this this video called Bad Motherfucker. I forget what the forget who it's by, but it's like this Russian.
I saw that. That's reminded me of that.
Yeah,
that
no, and I
video,
saw that, and I was like, wow, this is incredible. I'd love to do something like this, but with my own spin on it. You know what I mean? And I did, and we kind of put it together and hired all these stuntmen, and it was crazy, man. It was really insane to be able to kind of be a part of that and just be there. I don't know. It sparked something in me, and like all the videos that you're about to see from me are going to be directed by me as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, very cinematic.
So you're writing it, you do the treatments, you're doing everything.
Yeah, for
Which
sure.
songs are coming up? Which videos coming up?
I don't know. I'm definitely going to do Fade Away. I'm going to do a lot of the album. A lot of this. You know, in the first one, it's not even like I was trying to get past it, but with Under Pressure, it was like, I'm just going to get this out. I'm just going to just get it out. I just need to get it out. And with this one, and that's not to discredit the first one. You know, it did very well. You love it.
Yeah,
you know, that's
I like
great. For me, this one's got legs. So I'm gonna be doing the videos. I'm gonna be doing remixes. I'm gonna be getting on other people's shit. I'm gonna be, you know, all types of stuff. And I'm always working, constantly working. You know, and I'm, you know, because when you mention something else, then everybody starts looking forward. But it's like I'm always working.
I know this guy already got the third album planned out. I know this guy already got the
does.
concept.
You try to take that?
Yeah.
Something I also wanted to know is like you talk about, I forget which song.
We gotta go, man. Fallon's waiting, man. Hurry up,
Fallon.
Yeah.
This is hip hop, motherfucker. You talk about like you have this love-hate relationship with Maryland, like.
Oh yeah, of course.
But why is that? Like.
Oh, it's like I love it. It's beautiful. The people there are amazing. The culture is incredible. But it's just like all the shit that I seen. It kind of like fucked it up for me. That's it. It's like when I go home, I'm just always reminded of a lot of the bad memories. But one of my favorite places that I love.
Happy Place is a park, right?
Yeah.
You won't say where it is though.
Wow, I won't say where it is. Look at this guy. This is crazy.
I did my work, man.
Like Nardwuar right now.
Who?
Nardwuar.
Nah.
You don't like Nardwuar, bro?
This is the Rap Radar podcast.
You got beef with Nardwuar?
No, I got beef with nobody.
Hey, I'm just saying, Nardwuar is a good dude.
I don't fuck with nobody.
I don't fuck with nobody. I don't fuck with Nardwuar. Nah.
I got my dog. You ain't picked up the dog yet. Let's talk about the dog.
My dog.
Get out of here.
Fry, my dog. He's my puppy. He's a corgi, and I always wanted a dog.
Corgi game is strong.
Corgi game strong, and he's like super awesome, and it's just really cool. So it's just me and my wife and my dog, and we just be hanging out.
You still have that same house that you bought at 22, or is it new? Like,
I'm in a new house now.
Oh, okay.
I'm like renting now, because now I'm like, you know what? Next time, like when I buy, I'm gonna die in that house. So like I'm waiting.
Oh, yeah, you gotta make the right decision.
I'm waiting, and I'm just weird, and I don't really like I'm gonna do this and pay a mortgage. Like no, I'm just gonna pay my shit flat out. So I'm gonna wait till I find the perfect place. Yeah.
Put you a nice 2-family out in Forest Hills, Queens, or something.
Yeah,
Man.
I know, right? That's real, man. That is, but yeah, no, but things are good. Things are really good, and I'm glad we could do this, and I'm just so blessed, and and I hope your listeners do enjoy this too.
Word. I think they do. This is probably like the best Logic interview I've heard.
You think so? But you say that after every interview.
I mean, the fuck, of course.
That's great, and thanks for coming to that listening session.
Yeah, man. I was really.
Yeah, man, he likes you, man. He's like, yo, is Doc coming?
So that's negative. Because when you first came on the scene, of course the comparisons were evident. I was like, this guy sounds like this.
Yeah.
I don't know, but then I heard the album. I think actually last year we voted it like
Slept On?
Yeah, Slept On the website for the year end. I was like, yo, this guy's not too bad. And then actually getting to know you, and you could actually respond to people on emails.
Is that why you and Big
and
Sean are friends? You guys are like the nicest fucking guys in rap. Like,
Big Sean
you're
is
like
a
good
very
guys.
nice guy. Thank you. Yeah, no,
You should make like the good guys fucking
Good guy
EP
gang.
and shit. Or
The
like
good
we're nice
guys.
fucking guys.
Good, bad, and the ugly.
We'll shoot you though.
Yeah,
Nah.
he's really awesome, man. I don't know.
He's on both albums too. Like
He is on both albums, and I love how on this album he ain't rapping.
Yeah, just
It's
that little
so funny.
snippet.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. He actually filmed. He did that part in an airport for me because he was supposed to do that part for like 6 months. Just one.
I just need one little bitch.
Yeah, like that's it. Like he was supposed to do this thing for 6 months, bro. And I was like, "What the fuck, man?" I call him every time, and he's like, "Oh man, I'm sorry, I got you." But he's so busy. Come on, it's Big Sean, dog.
To say you little bitch.
Yeah, I know.
I'm looking at how busy
And
can
then
you
on
be?
this album, you have Paradise. He has Dark Sky Paradise. You guys are friends. You
That's
guys
true. Yeah, no, he's awesome, and the whole crew and Zeno and Mike Carson and all those guys are just such good dudes, and like I don't know, man. That's what I like to surround myself with. It's just good people, man.
Positive energy.
Yeah.
And no more Nikki, man. When we gonna get the divorce from her, man?
I don't know. You trying to kill that bitch?
I'm just saying, you had a record. You said after this, I'm not doing no more
I
cigarettes.
know,
And you're still smoking.
I'm human.
Liar.
At least I'm not hiding it. I'm like, yeah, no, cigarettes are bad. Like, no, I can't fade that shit. But yeah, no, it sucks. I think about it all the time. I have to quit before this tour.
Yeah.
So I'll probably go e-cigarette because I just can't do it. Because I be rapping and motherfucking get down and lay down, hit you with the and I'll be all fucked up.
I'm gonna get you some Nicorette gum for Christmas.
Nicorette, let's go.
Have you always been quick tongue, fast talker?
Yeah. I think when I was younger though, see, like I don't rap fast just to be rapping fast. I used to do that because I thought it was like impressive.
The skill level.
Yeah, it's like, oh, if you rap fast, it's impressive. I don't do that anymore, man. All I do now is just like I just focus on if it sounds good at this tempo, then that is what it is. And sometimes I'll speed it up a little bit to flex, but besides that, I just have fun.
We'll keep having fun. Logic, thank you so much for coming through.
Thank you.
Yes.
Gonna check you out on Fallon, man.
Tonight.
Get that incredible true story, man.
Get it. Thank you, bro.
Let's go. Rap Radar Podcast.
Yeah.